So I'm going to try to stay in frame here. This is the upper half, or the upper third, of a Lauter-Humana block valve. And the question is, how do I adjust the valve travel? Because this is the upper valve seat right here, or the exhaust side, or atmosphere side. And I picked a couple of these out of my box at random, and you see that this one, you can see how far down the seat is here on this one, and how far up it is on this one. So when you put these back together, I don't have the rest of the valve with me. When you put these all back together before you glue them, you can test to see what the valve travel is and adjust the seat accordingly, so that you get whatever you want as far as the valve travel, 30 thousandths, 32 thousandths, whatever. But how do you adjust them? That's the question. How do you adjust them? So I'm going to take this one first. And what I got here, this is a plastic rubber nail. But anything that's got a round surface, nice round surface that isn't hard, it's going to scratch or whatnot. You just put that right on top of that. Right on top of that. Take a little piece of wood. I'm trying to stay in frame here. Kind of hard because I'm looking upside down at this. I got to keep. I'm going to take a C-clamp. If I move back a little, it'll be a little bit easier to stay in frame here. You can see I didn't set this up beforehand. If I had set it up beforehand, everything would have fit just nicely here. And it's a little clumsy. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I'm sort of a do-it-on-the-fly kind of guy, so I just do the best I can with what I got here. Okay, and you can see that now that I've got this all set up, you can see that, stay in frame, you can see that I got that square to the piece, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and turn this. I'm going to keep my eye on the inside. I'm looking on the inside there so that I can see what's going on. And I'm just tightening it down, tightening it down, tightening it down. And at some point, it'll break free of the seal, because there's a seal on the inside there. This is burnt shellac that's holding that in place. So the seal let go, and I'm going to turn that down. And now we're going to look at that. And you can see it put a little bit of a ridge on this piece of plastic, but that's not going to hurt anything. And you can see inside here. And you can also see now that I've got a lot of space right in there. So take it from that point. And if you wanted to reverse it, you put your piece right there. Put the other piece on the top. exactly the opposite of what you just did. Trying to get this so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, it moves so quickly that you probably didn't even see it. Now I'm just guessing. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm just guessing that since you can see it closed right down there. I'm guessing now that it's free. I could probably trying to get it so that you can see what's going on here. Kind of difficult because of the light. Maybe if I get another light on this. Maybe I can see if I can push it up by hand now. Yeah, sure enough, I could push it up by hand now. So at that point, you can go ahead and maybe if I can zoom in on this a little bit. If I can stay in frame. Now I got my finger on the back side, and I can feel it moving. I can feel it moving on my finger. So I can adjust it pretty much anywhere I want it now. Now that it's free. And now that it's free, I can move it just about anywhere I want it. So you can just push it to where you want it. And then once you get it set so that when you test it, it gives you the right clearance, then you can just go ahead and reseal. Okay, get it back in focus. Just reseal the seal with a little bit of Phenoseal. Pop that. Just reseal that with a little bit of Phenoseal and let that dry. And you've got it set to wherever you want it.